yeah, and obviously long weekend. It stopped. I don't
Yes.
know. Don't know the full story. Will anyone ever know the full story? And then Ollie, Robbie, and John got Brendan in and formed Theatre Royal. And you know, I remember talking to Wayne. Wayne used to do this.
Rooney?
Yeah, Wayne Rooney. Yeah, he said those bastards got me in their video. I said, yeah, I know where they live. They'll come from Grain or something. That was who, wasn't it? They come from Lower Stoke. No, Wayne used to do the. He was like mates and guitar tech for Long Weekend and Theatre Royal. I haven't seen him for years, but I remember talking to him and there was one of those tribute nights up at the Barge.
Yeah.
And apparently it was the first time Ollie had played guitar in front of people or something like that.
Okay.
You just think, Christ, really? He had that under his bushel, didn't he? Blimey, it's just like... And then, you know, they sort of, Theatre Royal suddenly were there and just writing all these great, and still writing great songs.
Yeah.
So they were at Pat's thing on Saturday, did a little acoustic set. They got a new one called Incidental Friend.
Right.
Which is fantastic, a really, really good song. And
yeah,
and they're... I love Ollie Burgess. He's just got so much energy. He's such an enthusiastic and positive person.
Yeah.
All the time, and a sarcastic bastard. But he's just, you know, it just comes across really well. And he's such a good front man. He really is. And I wish I had his voice. Once again, it's that Jackie Chan thing again.
So it was If You Could Stand Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called that. Oh, it's the stand-up song.
The stand-up song.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a cat climbing up the curtains now.
Yeah. Well, go get down. So, I knew they'd get comfortable. Yeah, and it's the videos. I don't know who filmed it, but the video's got Stuart in it and Adam Tilley,
Yeah.
and you know, it's all sort of all bleak out on some Lower Raynham Marshes, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
All down there.
A bit Seventh Sealy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a banana. Yeah, they're just a really, really good band, and like I said, the reason I'm doing it like this is because I don't really know the albums and I don't really know what the songs are called, but you just kind of, you just get it when you see them, you know. And, and I was saying about Kids Unique. Kids Unique were an absolute bloody revelation when they started playing.
So Kids Unique, for the uninitiated, well, Ollie and Robbie and Dan went off to do Theatre Royal.
John, you mean?
John,
Yeah.
sorry.
Dan.
Daniel Lawrence went off and did Kids Unique.
Yeah, with Adam Tilley, who was kind of... I don't know if Adam had been in bands before, but
he'd kind of been doing his own rappy kind of stuff.
Had he? Is that what he's doing?
This is an announcement to the public. Give me your ears to lends, pay attention. I won't be saying it again.
I know, but I used to see him. He was always at the long weekend gigs and stuff like that. He was always sort of in the pub, and I've got some old photos of. Like I used to take photos of the crowd from up on the steps by the jukebox, and you can see him in there. He looks about 9. Yeah. He might have been 9. Might still be 9. But I saw him. I think a couple of times I saw him, but the main one was when they did. Was it the ME1 thing they did when Neil Burrow did his ME1? So I think it busted. It was kind of like Homespun, but the year before. And I don't think they copied it. But
so is this the one where the wedding present and pill?
It was I think it was. I think they did the Friday. I think from what I remember, because it was Theatre Royal, wedding present and pill was the Saturday night. I'm pretty sure Kids Unique was the Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was just absolutely stunning. I mean, it was a great show. I mean, Dan definitely knows what he's doing with a keyboard and whatever he puts his hand to by the looks of it. And the bass band, the drummer were fantastic. It was really tight, you know. It was like going to a proper gig. You know, that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
You know, So, and that song, Seymour Evil,
Yeah.
is just great. But I've noticed, I've been looking at these videos of like local bands, or local-ish bands. There seems to be this weird attraction. Let's film a video in a Greasy Spoon somewhere. Let's find a Greasy Spoon. It's like album cover. There was the Graham Day album cover. Oh, Greasy Spoon, cup of tea, serious look. Must be Medway. It's like having your photograph taken in an underpass all the time, isn't it? Or outside a pub. Yeah.
So there will be no These Guilty Men shots.
No,
Greasy Spoons.
No, we're a bit more high end than that. Rob.
A nice seascape.
Rob wouldn't go in a Greasy Spoon. He just wouldn't. So he'd have to pay for me and Mark and Matt to actually go into a posh restaurant somewhere and look moody.
The tone which initially disturbed the chameleon from his slumber.
And then next we've got Bear versus Monero.
Yep.
Monero?
Monero. I would say Monero.
And Cockroach versus Chameleon was the sample that you've chosen.
Yeah. Once again, they were when Neil Burrow did this ME1 thing. He because I was doing the gigs at the Nags, he obviously wanted like the homespun format. You know, you have various gigs that are free and other gigs that are paid.
Yeah.
And we did an all-dayer at the Nags on the Saturday, and I'm trying to think who played now, but it was Pets were on first, which was Pat's band. I think Brendan was in them. Yeah, Brendan was in them. Mm-hmm. Pat, Sam Mitchell. Is it Sam Mitchell? Sam, who was in the Morning Birds. Sam Mitchell's in EastEnders, isn't it? Sam something. It might be Sam Mitchell. Pissed him off then. But yeah, and the band called Pets, who were a fantastic band as well that Pat was in, and with Matt Orchard, and they were on first. I think Ben Stewart might have played actually, but anyway, there was a band called Rosemary from Dartford, who they sometimes called Rosemary, sometimes they got another Dead Lovers or something they're called, and they were due to play, and they cancelled for whatever reason, and I didn't know about it. It's basically this other band turned up, and I'd never heard of them or anything like that, and they just played and they just absolutely blew me away. I mean, it was the first time I met Dan Toms, and Dan's such a lovely bloke, and Pete as well, Pete Bevan. I don't really know the other guys, but it was just like this real kind of stop the press moment, you know, because he's such a lovely, unassuming guy, Dan.
Yeah.
Until you see him. Do you ever see Bear vs Monero?
I haven't seen them. No.
But your videos, I mean, it's just
quite disturbing.
Yeah, but it's fantastic. They're fantastic, and I saw them quite a few times because I think they're having a bit of a break or something at the moment. I don't know what they're up to, but yeah, and like I say, this whole thing is like that moment where you suddenly go, shit, this is good. You know, and it was that was that day. It was the Saturday in ME1. There's about 5 bands played. And they're all very well behaved. I remember that because it kind of went really swimmingly. Yeah. And then I went up to the castle and watched Pill and everything. So, yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah. And then last, I think, on the list is Frau Pouch.
Yes.
Space Chicken.
Yeah, just no particular reason for that song. Just wanted to include them really because they're just really, really nice people, and once, like I say, that sort of stop the press moment. I played before I formed These Guilty Men. I was sort of pretending that I could be a bit of a solo person, and I did a few gigs on my own. And Bob, I think it was someone dropped out. I think it was the Love Family or something dropped out of one of the things at Command House, one of the Medway happenings things. So he sort of rang me up the night before and said, "Do you want to go on first?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't care." So anyway, I went on and did half a dozen rubbish songs, and I think
that when it rained a lot. You were pretty much playing to the rain.
I was lucky. The sun was out when I played.
Oh, okay. It was later on.
But I do remember standing there and watching these clouds come over. Yes, I'll be remembered. Let's go. And no, but I think actually Frau Pouch were on after me.
Yeah.
And then it was Jason Stafford on his own, and it was when Jason was playing. It was like you'd see the video, and it's like absolutely tipping it down. So, but it was like first time I'd heard of or seen Frau Pouch, and they were just absolutely as stunning then as they still are. And I remember it because it's a bit of a family event, and Joe was desperately trying to not swear.
Yes.
I would struggle with that. It's just with many words.
Even without the swear words, their songs are quite grown up.
Yeah. But they're great. They're really, really great. And what they've done with Motherboy, I know that they're not alone with Motherboy. I know there's other people involved, and with the whole Skingasm thing and everything, and people like Greg with the stuff he does at Sunlight, and that whole kind of like there's a little gang of them really, isn't there? Sort of this kind of like what's the word? There's a word. But they've just done so much to keep, to put on the music they like, and you go down Poco and when their nights are on, and you just can't help but be blown away by some of the bands. I mean, I saw Teal down there last Homespun, the night they put on, and Teal were fantastic, and you just and Kill Rapunzel and people like that, and it's I grew up listening to Clash, and I got into sort of new wave stuff, and then I weirdly, but I still love it. I got into country music and bluegrass music and stuff like that, and then but all the way through, it's still that thing that you just listen to something and you just kind of, Jesus, this is good. It's really just the energy of it, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to some people, as long as you get and say the same with Bear versus Monero and Punchy Swans and all that lot. All them. Most clever young kids. No, it's just so fantastic to see, and it's not easy getting those. And some of the bands they get down, it's not easy getting those bands down here, but they just carry on doing it. It's like when T were going. T did such brilliant things around here with Ed and Matt and Louise, and they got these bands. They got Grandmaster Flash down, things. Who the fuck gets Grandmaster Flash down? Apparently they were sitting around one day, and who's the most unlikely person we can get to play in Medway Town? Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah,
but it all comes from that generation of
Damo Suzuki playing.
Yeah, I know. It's just absolutely nuts, and and me and Mark went down to Def Cat, and there's some Swedish group on there. Unfortunately, we talked all the way through it. Yeah. It was ABBA and it was ABBA light. Well, we don't know because we just talked the way through it because we were a bit drunk. But it was things like that. They used to get all these things down, and but it, as much as sort of grew up with sort of being part of the Medway scene in the 80s. We were lazy fuckers compared to these kids, So we just go, do a gig next week, play churches, play crowd, right, I mean, there are notable exceptions. Obviously, like Milk Sex Prisoners, Dentist, and Claim went off and there were other towns apparently. The furthest we got was Sheppey. The furthest we've still been is Sheppey.
That's over the water.
Yeah.
That's like international.
It was a different time zone. In fact, I mean, we supported Swing Time's last gig was at pub in the old railway pub in Sheerness.
Yeah.
That was their last gig, and this is Men From Memphis. And then our last gig was our next gig supporting the Claim, but I remember it was down at what's now Piggy's, and it was absolutely tipping it down so much that the water was actually coming in. It was like playing in a swimming pool. And I'm standing there singing away thinking, I'm going to get electrocuted in a minute in front of these 3 people that have come out on a wet Wednesday night.
Goodbye. What a way to go.
Yeah. So, but going back to sort of Frau Pouch and all that lot, they're great, really great people, and what they do is, stunning. And in fact, they're part of it, and they enjoy it, and there's so many good young people out there now, like Leo.
All the young people.
The young people, they're all young. That's the thing. We've missed Stuart.
Stuart Turner.
We've missed Stuart.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, he gets.
Yeah, he gets enough attention. But like Broken Banjo, Liam and Mike, and it's Luke, isn't it, playing bass from Luke, Ollie's brother.
Yeah.
you know, it's all these just great, and little work the Jim does, you know, and they get paid for it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just here, you know, it's just such a great little scene, and you know, in many ways it's a shame that it's never been universally recognised, but in lots of other ways it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, the underdog.
A little bit, yeah. So.
Let's mention Stuart.
Let's mention Stuart Turner. Stuart Turner.
So you chose Shimmy as a sample of his work.
Yeah, because it's a great song. When he first played the Nags, I think he cleared the Nags. I think it might be the first time, but he just cleared it because people were just going, "Oh my god!" Because you don't expect that voice to come out of that frame, do you? It's yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. But your average punter in the top bar sometimes in the Nags can be a bit like, "This isn't Meatloaf." Anyway, eventually he won them over, and he plays it all the time now. Not all the time, but luckily quite a lot, so we get to see him a lot. And he's got his albums on the jukebox and stuff like this. And one of the songs that people always used to put on was Shimmy, and it was like you'd invariably hear it like 2 or 3 times a night, you know, because people go, "What's this?" It's a sort of great rhythm and stuff, and you know, and that's. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
What I like about the Nags Head jukebox, it's just full of Medway stuff.
That's me.
That's you. It's your fault.
Well, kind of me, and it's sort of, it's sort of,
Yeah, it's quite nice. You sort of sitting in there and you see, oh, there's a Loop and Crook song on this.
Oh yeah, his album was on there for a while, wasn't it? One of his albums, and all the old ME albums used to go on there. I think there's still weirdly one of the ME4 ones still.
Yeah.
Dave's just forgotten to take it off. Not that he needs to take it off because it just kind of. Yeah, you'll just be sitting there and there'll just be, I don't know, whatever band playing. It's like so like Dave, it would be the Flowing or something come on. Like, sort of in between Meatloaf.
Yeah. So I think that wraps it up. I think we've been through the list.
Yeah.
So what's happening in the world of you and These Guilty Men at the moment?
Well, just same old really. We've done we played at the Chatham Riverside place on Friday, this last Friday just gone, the 2nd of June, which was really good. It was a couple of old mates of ours who I think drunkenly decided a little while ago that they wanted to put a gig on because they got one of their favourite bands is a band called the Time Machine, who kind of from North Lancashire.
That's time spelled as in the her.
That is, yeah, it's just like that. And they wanted to put them on, and they just all right, let's put them on. So they kind of organised it, and they were really scared and really nervous about it. But it was such a great night, you know. Worried that no one would turn up and stuff like that. So there's good sort of 30, maybe 40 people turned up. I mean, it's only sort of small space. And it was great to meet those guys, you know. Sort of, they ended up being the last night of their tour as well because their gig in London got cancelled. And it's just a really good evening. So we did that. We're kind of the plan at the moment is kind of try and record some songs. We sort of put together between us. We kind of put together some ways that we can basically record without. Because we're so lazy, you know, we really are lazy. In actual sort of sorting songs out and sort of making sure they work and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's probably my fault. So we kind of it's best if we just kind of record as we go rather than sort of try and book any time at gyms and stuff. And then sort of turn up and not really know what we're doing and end up coming out with something we don't really like. So between us, we kind of got the facilities now to do our own stuff. So that's kind of the plan is to kind of try and. Well, we had this idea, you know, a bit like a photo album when you sort of have. Not all the photos in a photo album are the same. So because they, you know, your winter photos and your spring photos, your summer photos, your autumn photos, and it's all different things and stuff. So it's kind of this idea at the end of this year to actually put together all the stuff we've kind of done this year and written, and then sort of just try and release something at the end of the year. You know, it might just be about 20 seconds of something at the moment, or it might be some songs. It might be just us arguing, but it will be released. It will be released, and there'll be a remix of us arguing somewhere. But yeah, that's kind of. I know I've done sort of. I did a solo thing, which I was quite proud of, down at Flipping Frog a few weeks ago, which is good fun. That's a good pub. You should go there.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I know.
Go to the Flipping Frog.
Yeah, go to the Flipping Frog.
Do it now.
Yeah. Well, not now.
Oh no, it's Monday. They're shut.
Yeah. They shut, mate. Yeah. And it might be watching this at like 4 in the morning or something. don't go and wake them up. They're not there. Give up. Go back to bed. Why are you up anyway? Watching this. Jesus, man.
Anyway, so you played the Flipping Frog.
Yeah, played the Flipping Frog, which was really good. I mean, it was mildly nerve-wracking because they make you stand on basically a pallet that Cyril sort of nailed some wood on top of, with a spotlight on you, which is basically about the size of a torch, and then everyone goes quiet, which I'm not used to, because they sort of this might be a serious musician. Christ, out of my depth here. And but no, it went really well actually. People clapped and stuff, which is always nice.
Good.
But I don't think we haven't really got any other gigs lined up at the moment, but we're always available.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So.
Marvellous. Well, thanks for talking to me.
No problem.
And
Thanks
I've been entertained by your cats. That's good.
Yeah.
So see you again soon.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.